Well, today we want to talk about a huge need, not only in our community, but across the country for organ and tissue donors. That means hospitals need more donors, and that could be you. Kelly Hanner joins us from the Indiana Donor Network to talk a little bit more about this important problem. Thanks so much for joining us today. So why is there such a huge need for donors right now?
Well, this is not a new problem, but currently there's over 118,000 people nationally waiting for a life-saving organ transplant, close to 1,400 in Indiana alone. So not a new need, it's a continuing need because people just continue to get sicker and the number of donors just aren't going up.
And why is that? What are some of the reasons that you hear from people as, excuses or reasons for why they don't sign up and register?
Actually, in Indiana, we're very lucky. About 75% of licensed drivers have designated themselves to be a donor. It's just basically because of the population of people that are dying. So in order to be a donor, you generally have to die in a certain way in order to be brain dead. And not everyone can be a donor, but people think that everyone can be an organ donor.
I see. So what kind of impact can one registered organ donor make?
One registered organ donor can save up to 8 lives, so a very, very large impact on the community.
And you see that, don't you, when you see those recipients and the gratitude of that, that you've been able to save a husband, a father, a son, an uncle, right, and keep that unit in place.
Right. We have amazing donor families that in their moment of their biggest grief that they are able to look through that and donate their loved one's organs, or somebody has already made that choice to be a donor. Mm-hmm. And when they connect with recipients, sometimes it's really just the most amazing event that you get to see.
Well, it's in a way your loved one lives on, right, and is still doing good. And that's just such a reassuring thing. Yeah. So, okay, what do you need to do to register to be a donor? How can we help?
It's very simple. You just go to our website, indianadonornetwork.org, or you can make your decision when you're at the BMV.
And the key is that you have to make this decision, right? Don't put that onus on your loved ones because they can't do it.
Right. Well, they certainly can make that decision, but if you've made that decision for yourself, it makes it a lot easier for the family because they don't have to think about that. So register, make sure your family knows that you have decided for that so that they don't have to make that decision when the time comes, and they're not surprised.
Right. It's a very emotional time, and in some ways this can provide some peace for families.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Kelly, so much for joining us from the Indiana Donor Network. And if you want to learn more about this, just head over to our website at WTHR.com. In the